Hey y'all, so I've been sharing different dinner ideas and dinner recipes over on Shorts. These are just things that I've been cooking for my family recently, some of the things that we love so much. So I thought I would make it into a full video so that it can be on my timeline in case you want to copy the recipe or try to make it yourself. Please leave a comment and let me know which ones you like, which ones you tried. These are some of my family's favorites. Enjoy! Hey y'all, so tonight for dinner we're having this delicious creamy Tuscan spaghetti squash with salmon. This is a delicious keto meal. Let's get into it. First we're going to start with this spaghetti squash. Girl, the hardest part of this is cutting this spaghetti squash open. It is no joke. Once you scoop out all of the seeds and kind of like the insides, we want to season it. Now you season to your liking. I don't have any measurements, girl, because I just season until it feels right. I'm using Old Bay, garlic, salt, pepper, some avocado oil, and I'm spreading it all around, and I'm gonna get ready to bake it. I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees. Now you want to watch it. It can take anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. It just depends on how big your spaghetti squash is. While the spaghetti squash is baking, we're gonna get ready to make our sauce, which is with onions, some cherry tomatoes, mushrooms. Now you can put whatever kind of vegetables you want in it. I just used what I had on this day, which is what you see on the screen. Now the star of the show is this boars and cheese. Oh, it's so good. Anytime you want to make an Alfredo sauce, an Alfredo type of sauce or a creamy sauce, girl, start with boars and cheese as your base. It's so good. Now I'm gonna add a little white wine to mine because, girl, listen, I'm jazzy. Of course, you cook all the alcohol down on it, off of it. You add your heavy cream, your Parmesan cheese, you mix. Now it's time to season. I season with the same thing I used for the spaghetti squash. Again, Old Bay, salt, pepper, garlic, yum. Now I don't like the skin on my salmon, so what I do, I put it on a really hot skillet for like 30 seconds, then take it off, and look, boom, the skin easily peels away. It's so much better than trying to cut it off while it's completely so raw. Now I'm going to drizzle it with some EVOO. And listen, I live in the lemon pepper capital. Okay, we put lemon pepper on all types of meat. So of course I had to add some lemon pepper onto my salmon. Again, with the Old Bay, garlic, salt, pepper, the lemon pepper, it sets it off. Okay, I'm gonna drizzle some more or spray some more avocado oil on top, girl. We're air frying this baby 10 minutes, 400 degrees in the air fryer, and she's done. While my salmon is cooking, I'm going to take my spaghetti squash out. At this point, it's done, and I'm going to get ready to scoop the insides out. It just comes right out. That's why they call it spaghetti squash, and it is so good, y'all. Any kind of sauce that you make with it, it's going to be delicious. So now it's time to plate her up. We like a lot of extra sauce on ours, girl, so listen, I'm soaking that baby down. Put the salmon on top, drizzle some sauce on top of the salmon, girl. Bon appetit. Enjoy this delicious keto meal. Hey y'all, let's bake some chicken. So I went to Publix to get 4 chicken thighs with the bone in with skin on it. Well, Publix was charging like $6 for 4 chicken thighs. They also had 4 leg quarters. That was $6. So obviously I bought the leg quarters. Sometimes it's just cheaper for us to what? Cut our own meat. All right, so in my baking dish, I have some cut up onion, a couple tablespoons of butter, and here is what I'm seasoning my chicken with. I don't use exact measurements. I just keep seasoning until it feels and smells right. I have my chicken bouillon. I didn't have any chicken bouillon that was like in the powder form, so I just had to do what I had to do and just use a little bit of the block. I like to season mix my seasonings in a bowl first. Now I am drizzling with olive oil, a little EVOO, and then I sprinkle the seasoning that I mixed up over the chicken. So I preheated my oven to 375 to get the oven ready, and as you can see, I got my gloves ready, girl, because listen, I hate the way raw chicken feels. I hate the way it smells, but I love the way it tastes once it's cooked. I'm just rubbing all of that seasoning in on both sides. Listen, we season both sides because we what? Eat both sides. I live in the lemon pepper capital of the world, Atlanta, Georgia, and so I forgot to add the lemon pepper, girl. What was I thinking? So I sprinkled some extra lemon pepper on there. Very cutesy, very demure, very mindful. The way I laid my chicken down on this dish so perfectly. I'm wrapping it in foil. In the oven it goes. I'm going to cook it for 30 minutes at first. After the first 30 minutes, what are we going to do? We're going to baste our chicken because we got all that yummy butter and onion flavor underneath there. So we're going to baste the top of it. Obviously, it's not done. We are just making it more and more flavorful. So obviously, it's not done. We're going to put it back in. I did end up cooking this for about an hour and 15 minutes, with the last 20 minutes being at 400. I removed the foil so that the chicken can get nice and crispy and brown beautifully. Obviously, check the temperature of your chicken. You want it to be 165 degrees Fahrenheit for it to be cooked all the way. It has the bone in it, so sometimes it takes a little bit longer to cook. cooked. Baby, when I tell you, my whole family tore this up. It was so delicious. I highly recommend. So bon appetit. And now you may eat. Hey y'all, so I made these steak fajitas keto version. And girl, they were horrible. And they were horrible, why? Because of this right here. I bought these quote unquote ribeye steak pieces from Aldi and they were horrible. I don't know what kind of meat that was, but it was not ribeye, and I don't even know if it was really steak. And this further solidifies my point as to why I typically don't buy meat or poultry from Aldi, because it just tastes funny. I don't know. Well, I'll buy it if it's like a brand that I know, like Springer Mountain Farms or Tyson or something. If it's a brand that I know, or Purdue. But if it's just like that random packaging, girl, just stay away from it. Ribeyes were horrible. Just go to Publix and spend the money, or Costco and spend the money to get real ribeye steak, or just get the shavings, in the frozen section. Those even taste better than this. I'm just really disappointed in it. We just had to make the best of it, because why? In this economy, I buy a $20 ribeye, we are eating it. And that's exactly what we did. Okay, but here's how I just prepared it with the seasonings that you saw on the screen. And then I finely sliced the red pepper and onion. So typically you could put like a jalapeno in here, or serrano pepper, whatever kind of peppers you like. It cooks down nicely in one pot. I typically will make this with chicken thighs too. It's really, really good with chicken thighs, and it's just easy in one pot, quick meal. So this is the queso that I used. I've never used this queso before. I bought it from Sam's Club for the first time. It was all right. I think I like the brand that they sell at Costco better, or you can also get it at Kroger. It's just a little bit more expensive. This queso was cheaper. It's very thick though, and it wasn't bad. It just wasn't the best. So here I am assembling the quesadilla, and I cook it all in the pan, and flip it all in one pan, girl, because first I was like, I don't know, can I do it? I don't know. I don't want everything to fall off, but that's why I like to let the bottom one really brown with the butter in the pan. Boom. I flipped her. She flipped beautifully. You see how beautifully golden brown that is? That's because of the butter. And then I immediately add more butter on the bottom, for the bottom half too, because we want that side to crisp up and brown as well. And so that's what I'm doing here, is just adding the butter. And that was pretty much it. This is a quick and easy meal. Again, I will not make it like this again with this ribeye from Aldi. That's a no. But I will definitely do this with the chicken thighs again. And it's a quick and easy keto meal, because the tortillas are 0 carb. So bon appetit. And now you may eat. This is hands down the best spaghetti bake you will ever have. Some people call it $1 million spaghetti. Some people call it the viral TikTok spaghetti. Either way, it's chef's kiss delicious. We're going to start out with the bell pepper and the onion. Of course, you're going to season it with the basics like Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic. But really what takes this up a notch is the Worcestershire sauce and the Lowry seasoned salt. Trust me on this. So now we're going to get ready to boil our noodles. I saw someone's Italian nonna on TikTok salt her water a lot. And I found out that it really does make a huge difference. Instead of just putting a few flakes in, you salt it a lot, and it really does flavor the noodles. Now, I usually strain my meat, but I didn't feel like it today. So I said, let me just use these paper towels up for this ground beef. Now here, I learned this tip from my mother-in-law. Hey, mother-in-law, if you're listening, add a little water to the jar. These grocery prices, listen, we got to get every bit of this can in this sauce. So now we're going to mix. If you're worried about your sauce being too thin, you can always add some tomato paste. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always add this little can of Hunt's tomato sauce, and it's flavored already with basil and Italian seasoning. I think it's so good. It just adds just enough more sauce that you need anytime you make an Italian dish. Now I like to season my meat and I season my sauce. Before you let your sauce just simmer, you definitely want to taste it to see what it needs, see if it's perfect. Here I needed to add a little bit more garlic to it. I added a little bit more sugar. Yes, we like our sauce sweet. Listen, it's delicious. That's how we like it. Now I started getting really bougie with the pasta that I use. I started using the more expensive pasta at the grocery store. Like I buy it when it's buy one, get one free at Publix. And I'm telling you, y'all, it tastes so much better than like the Barilla or the Kroger brand or anything like that. It really does make a difference. I suggest you try it. You saw me shredding fresh mozzarella for later, and now I'm getting ready to make my second sauce, this homemade Alfredo sauce. Of course, I'm saving a little bit of that pasta water. If you know, you know. We're starting with heavy cream and butter melted in the pot. I ended up adding more heavy cream because because my family likes a lot of sauce. And now you're just going to season it just like you would any Alfredo sauce. I use a little red pepper flakes. I use a little Italian seasoning. I use a little garlic, whatever you typically like. And I add Parmesan cheese. Avengers assemble. We're going to start out with the pasta. We're going to mix it all in that delicious Alfredo sauce. Then we're going to put our red sauce, meat sauce on top of that. We're going to clean it up, make it all nice and pretty and nice and flat. Clean up the sides. We're going to top it off with that fresh mozzarella cheese that I just grated. And in the oven this goes until it gets bubbly. I'd say maybe check it every 10 to 15 minutes at 350 degrees. I left mine in for about 20 minutes. You really only need to bake it until it's nice and bubbly on top because the dish is already cooked. And baby, when I tell you my family tore this up, let's just say I thought we were going to have leftovers for tomorrow, but no, we don't. They ate the whole pot in one night. So make sure you give it a try and enjoy.